Hello everybody, I'm Raphael Perry, and it's time once again to return to Nangrim. Now, I've had a little bit of a busy time on the channel recently, what with Siege Survival, Gloria Victis releasing, and Fabled Lands, and with Solasta coming out of early access, so I'm afraid I've let this one slide a little. I should probably recorded this new playtest about half a week ago. But here we are, resource gathering, a new feature to explore. Now there's been some feedback from assorted playtesters about this particular test. I've glanced at it, as in I've been aware of it and haven't looked too deeply, because I wanted to go into this fairly innocent. But if I feel the same way as some of those other testers, I have some thoughts on that, right? So I suppose we're going to be mining, digging really deep, chopping down wood, digging up coal, gathering plants, or other fibers, right? Mining and chopping. Wonderful. There's a nice, obvious symbol on the floor there. Looks very familiar. Looks a little bit like an upside down table or a helmet with a little face inside a big helmet. So, we're in a snowy forested clearing with these wheat-like plants that they're not wheat, are they? They're not, because they don't have ears of corn on top. They blow nicely in the wind, although they're looking a little two-dimensional lower down. What are we doing here? Oh, mushrooms. Can we gather mushrooms? We can. And we should.
I need something to store this in.
Oh! You need something to carry it? Look at this now. Look at this. That is magnificent. Alright. Well, somewhere around here we'll get some tutorial pop-ups. Aha! There's a nice rucksack to pick things up.
A backpack. I'll need this for sure.
Absolutely, you can carry things around in it. So one of the playtesters said he actually was able to find a way to fall to his death in this playtest, and it was nice that the developers have put in, death by falling damage already. They haven't necessarily put in, so maybe the character has like a really low health. Currently, as in playtest wise, he might have like 1 point of health and then 1 point of damage will kill him. Or it could be that they actually have done a really advanced falling damage calculation system. Right, welcome! As we're marching towards component test number 3, it's time to get your hands dirty. The time where everything got dumped on you is now officially over. So what are you waiting for? Get yourself an axe and chop some wood, and get yourself a pickaxe and go mining. Simple. Alright. Well, I don't see an axe or a pickaxe, but since we're apparently being funneled in this direction, can I have this? A red glowing mushroom. Lovely. Oh, birds. Hello, birds. Look at them fly. That's a very straightish edge on that piece of rock. So I'm obviously going to go back this way because it's not the direction the developers want me to go. See, this looks similar to the previous playtest area, but it's not. It is different. I'm just... Okay. Yeah, I imagine that's a lot of light glistening from down there. Oh, what is this? So that's wheat. This is those round pod things. Oh, they're like some kind of berries, weirdly out of perspective and squished and elongated, and in some cases a little flat, like leaves. Okay. See, this is where I'm probably going to find that I am already... No, I'm not. Okay. I am not already equipped with a pickaxe and a shovel. But it's nice to just have a look around this area. So this edge, again, is a bit abrupt. I can see how someone could fall off there and seriously hurt himself. Right, well, I suspect I am wanted over here, so I'm going to jog a little bit. Because the tools required for the task seem to be somewhat lacking in that forested clearing. Well, it's hardly forested, there's just a few trees and some wooden scaffolding, which doesn't seem to be supporting anything. Hello, what's this here? This is a signpost, nothing on. Is there like a... No, there's no sort of crouch key, okay. Aha! No tools? Oh. Well, I'll have this. I probably shouldn't gather all of those because they do pretty... Okay, these are stuck weirdly partway up the wall, just jutting out awkwardly. I'd say this doesn't quite feel rough-hewn enough. It seems a little too geometric at times. So clearly the dwarfs who dug this out were very good at... Oh, hello. This is something we'll have to get through. Okay. I see what looks like a... No! Oh, wow, that flipped right over. I only wanted to step up to the edge and look into it. Well, that great gleam is probably for some kind of tool. It's a pickaxe. Wonderful. Now, I wonder... Isn't this two-handed? It looks like it should be two-handed. I mean, it's a pickaxe after all. Alright. It's not two-handed. Okay, well, hello, rock. Okay, I can't do that, rock. Shame. How about this rock, high up here? It really doesn't want to let me... So, the pickaxe isn't very responsive. I had to click 4 times to get the first attack. The first 3 times resulted in nothing. So, feedback from playtesters was that this didn't feel very involving. It was a little slow, and so I need to be looking for this particular texture and rocky lumpy shape, not just any rocks anywhere. Now normally veins of ore in rocks they don't stick out, they're just kind of on the surface and you have to kind of dig in to get at them. When I go through this, well, that was really effective. I'm going to hold off on going down there because there might be some more here I can dig. So yeah, feedback was that, hey, it was just a case of slow gathering, sort of 1 or 2 at a time. Could there maybe be some kind of mini game involved to make it more exciting? And I have a feeling on that ooh, getting gold. That was me thinking that'd be something more coppery or tin, or fool's gold, you know. So my feeling is, not everything needs to be incredibly complicated, right? We don't want it to be tedious. So some of the crafting recipes literally call for, 35 of the same ingredient. Now that is quite a lot. Can we reach up here? Can we reach up there? No. Let's get this one then. And if I have to go and do 35 or 40 minigames to create a single one crafted item, that would take a lot of the fun out of the crafting system. So, in many regards, having a harvesting system that is somewhat simple and not the main focus of the game, because the point is, how important do we want this to be? It's my understanding that the focus of the game is on exploration and puzzle solving with some combat elements, and so a pickaxe doesn't interact with things it's not supposed to, as opposed to the battle axe, which reacts with many, many things. And also, they've made it right click for right hand and left click for left hand, which means that most people are intuitively going to be walking around with something like this and go, all the time. And yes, they can be reconfigured, they can be swapped around, but the point is that the default is incredibly counterintuitive. I don't know what that sign is, it's probably some kind of warning. There's nothing I can see visible on it. But yeah, I feel I have a good understanding of how the mining works. You know, hewing away at the stone, here we are, we dig and delve. And somewhere around here soon I'm going to get an axe to go chop some wood. Oh, you're hitting 2 there. Let's stop that. That's better. I hope I was getting double rewards for hitting the 2. I would hope there's some kind of... Right, so as a single player game, do we need an exhaustion or fatigue system for mining? Probably only really if we're going to be attacked by monsters while we're mining. Oh, or if there'll be some other kind of life-threatening situation, like the place is on fire. Or there's a poisonous gas leak, which has not yet been detected because we didn't bring a canary down in the cage or something like that, right? Or a flammable gas leak, which is going to explode and burn us all to smithereens. And charred ash. So, yeah, it does feel a little simple and a bit repetitive. I'm not sure what could improve on the experience. I'm almost thinking I'm not sure I need to click for every single swing when I'm gathering resources. I mean, it helps, right? I get to decide how much I want to take, but maybe I could just like click once and just let my fingers rest. So I now have plenty of metal. Resources, 34 gold, 94 iron. That's a lot more than I thought I'd been collecting, so that's alright. Hello. So I appear to be experiencing some difficulty locating an axe with which to chop down trees. Let me... It's not in there, is it? It's not... Nah, they wouldn't do that. Well, not... They might. Probably just to be tricksy. Also, there's another name hidden in here somewhere. It's probably not mine. They put mine in here already. Right. So, maybe the wood is in a completely different place to the mine, right? Maybe I'm supposed to jog on up here and see if I can find myself a tree chopping place. Also, I have not yet mastered the art of climbing. I mean, it's not going to be like this, is it? Oh, hello. Okay. So, where would I find a woodsman's axe? Okay, I've already... I'm checking I haven't accidentally missed a completely different avenue of exploration. It would almost make sense for it to be here. However, the tutorial pop-up was over here on the entrance to this corridor, so I would imagine that somewhere down in here would be the tool that we seek. Not having a lot of luck, am I? Now this looks like a fairly simple... So I've dug out this area, right? And this is almost a simple staggered cross. So that's a dead end, that's a dead end. This one feels like it's going to collapse down into a deep dark pit. But instead there's just a merciful dead end, some kind of ancient statue. And we have the hollow arm problem again. I think I might have done the entire area. I'm not finding anything to chop down wood with, but I'm imagining that it will be a very similar experience. So I'd want some kind of wood chopping axe, and I would be looking for specifically shaped pieces of wood as opposed to generically all pieces of wood. I'm just not seeing it. That seam is a little painful on the eyes. The texture color changes before it meets this rocky wall here. I'm a bit stumped. I haven't a clue where there's some axe for me to chop down wood with. So the pickaxe was right over there, obviously highlighted. The wood chopping axe, on the other hand, if there is one, is nowhere to be seen. I haven't the faintest idea where I should be looking for it. I've had a good look. Oh, that was an odd moment there. I just stuck. I moved the mouse, camera didn't move. There was a bit of lag, and then it finally moved around. Oh, I'm getting a bit of vertical tearing as I'm moving horizontally there. That's unusual for these tests. That hasn't really happened much before. So there might be some kind of issue there where that area isn't as well optimized as it could be. I'm not. Am I supposed to make it? I haven't found a forge, so that doesn't make a lot of sense. So the question, I suppose, would be something like, how do I get up here? Okay, so I can get up on there. Being up here feels like I'm around this level. Being down here feels like I'm not really up on it. You know, it feels like I had a tiny little step up. From here, that looks almost shoulder high. And it feels like I've stepped up on something about knee high. I'm inside it. I'm literally inside it. So I'm not really... Am I walking up the slope? I think I'm just on the ground inside it. That's bizarre. So what kind of wood would I be chopping down? I mean, this maybe. Oh! Well, the pickaxe can interact with this. But I'm not getting any wood, which is probably because I'm using the wrong tool. Or, I mean, let's look at it. It is just a surface texture that's being applied. It's not actually taking chunks out of it. I imagine this would be a good one to chop. The sounds are nice. The wood chopping sounds are very nice. But the pickaxe isn't doing the job. Okay, so now it's chopping this as well. Hello, can I get over here and... So we're getting good sounds. There was issues with that in the mining tunnel, where we weren't getting good sounds. The pickaxe wasn't making impact sounds when it was striking things. Let's get you as well. Okay, so we can't get you. Interesting. But I'm not finding a lot of wood to chop, you know? And I'm not going to jump off the edge just to try and find something. There's some tree here, you know. Hello, tree. Oh, hello, tree! What a kind and generous tree you are, tree! Let's do something about that. Right. See, now I'm getting lots of wood. Oh yes. I'm going to use this to make weapon handles and furniture, nice warm beds. Yeah, maybe use some of this grass. Okay, That sound's getting a little repetitive now. There's only about 2 impact sounds for the wood. There's the sound of the axe striking wood, there's the sound of the wood reacting to being struck, which is getting quite repetitive because there's only 1 or 2 sounds for it. Now, can I have wood from you? Because I'd like to know if it's just that big tree or these... Okay, so these aren't yielding much, so I think I need just the healthy trees. So I'll try this one. There we go, there's lots of wood. So, for the sheer amount of wood we need to stoke the forge, this is indeed a little tedious. And it would be nice to have some other way of doing it. At some point, I imagine it would be good to see the tree fall over, and then we could harvest the trunk. I mean, right now we're just kind of walloping it here. And hey, is that... no. But then I could like make this tree fall down in that direction and strike this support beam, which would not be good. But to have the tree dwindle in some way and diminish, similar to the chunks of ore in the mine, would make a bit of sense. But then we'd see the trees suddenly disappear out of nowhere and be like, oh, where did it go? So I kind of see why they're leaving the trees and letting them... oh, whoa. That's very odd. It was as if this section of the tree here was protruding outwards, and that lower section, yeah, like it wasn't aligning. Is that some kind of target area I'm supposed to strike at? I'm not entirely sure. So, bizarrely, it feels as if gathering the wood is less engaging than gathering metal ores out of the earth. And that's interesting, because obviously this is a dwarfy game and we want to have a dwarfy feel, so the fact that the thing the dwarfs would enjoy more is more engaging and enjoyable, and the things the dwarfs would find less interesting is actually less exciting and less interesting, is quite impressive. Well, there we have it. I have explored the latest Nangrim demo, and now I'll have to go and have to think about how I feel about it all. But yeah, so my feeling of let's not. Can I just unequip? You know, like, please. I can't. Why can't I unequip? So that's it. I don't have an option to unequip items, only to equip new items into the same slot. That's something we're probably going to want to have to look at some point in the future. But yeah, I like the fancy work on this pickaxe, which is refusing to let light shine on its beautifully detailed features. It's always in shadow there, regardless of the actual lighting. That's odd. Well, hey, I hope you've all enjoyed this latest look at the development of the playtesting side of Return to Nangrim, because I'm fairly sure there's lots of things already being developed that we humble fans don't really have access to yet. And I'll definitely look forward to seeing you in the next video when I look at the next feature test for this upcoming game. But for now, though, I'm going to say bye, everyone. Goodbye. Hope you liked this one. See you all next time.